is gone. People are discussing who should the new coach of the Knicks be. For them to fire Tom Thibodeau, I honestly, that was disrespectful. And I don't know if you guys saw what Stephen A. Smith said, but I have to agree with him. Stephen A. Smith did not think this was a good idea. Okay? I have to agree with him. They could have given this man another year. Because of what he has done for the Knicks, you could have given him another year. So let me see if I can find this for you guys, because we're going to be going over some coverage before we get to the NBA Finals and we talk about predictions. We're going to focus on this firing because this just dropped today. The Knicks are in search of a new head coach. Do you guys have a recommendation who should coach the Knicks? I'm thinking people say Jay Wright. For those who don't know, Jay Wright is the former coach of the Villanova Wildcats, actually one of my personal favorite NCAA coaches. And we do know that the Knicks have 4 guys over there, former Villanova Wildcat players. So they think it makes sense. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't think that would work. But I will say people are throwing their suggestions around. And I want to see if I can get this for you guys. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Hold on. This is what Stephen A. Smith has to say about the firing of Tom Thibodeau. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have to agree. Let's take a look at what Stephen A. Smith had to say about the Knicks letting go of Tom Thibodeau, Coach Tibbs, as they like to call him. And we all know that Stephen A. is from New York City and he's a huge fan.
I'm trying to keep my cool. You know, there's always hope. But I don't understand for the life of me how in the hell Tom Thibodeau has Cat playing just 28 minutes. He's going to try to tell us it was defense. But with Mitchell Robinson on the court, the deficit increased. Jalen Brunson, that shot near the end of regulation. Don't know what that was about. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I do know what to say. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't know what Tibbs is doing tonight. I have no clue. I have no idea. Just gonna think it. Just gonna think about it. New York takes it down 0-2.
Let me know, guys, if there's any issue with audio or anything like that.
Looks that way. Don't know if it is that way.
Okay, so that's what he had to say about the coaching. However, it looks like Stephen A. has changed his mind. I mean, not changed his mind. Well, somewhat changed his mind. Stephen A. does not necessarily agree with him being fired. Now let's take a look. Let me get that up for you guys. I don't know why they're showing this. Sorry. That's not quite it. But as you guys heard how frustrated Stephen A. Smith was with the coaching. He doesn't understand the rotation. He doesn't understand why the same guys are playing. But let's be honest. You should have given Tom Thibodeau another year. You should have given him another year. This is a man who took you guys somewhere that you guys have not been. Have not been in 25 years. And you guys fired the man. I don't, what did you expect him to do? See, if the Knicks had gone to the Eastern Conference Finals, it would have been a whole different thing. It would have been, oh my goodness, he's the best coach ever. He's awesome. He's fantastic. He's amazing. That's what everybody would have been saying. But no, they're not saying that now because of the fact that you guys did not make it as far as you guys would have liked to make it. And I don't think the Knicks organization really realizes that this was this is a major stride. This was a major stride for the Knicks. I know that you guys really wanted to get there. You guys really wanted to reach the NBA Finals, but where you guys were 2 seasons ago, a couple seasons ago, you guys don't, Knicks organization, you guys don't think that Tom Thibodeau did a fairly good job? You guys don't think that he should have been given another season? And I will tell you this, if those of you guys who don't know the great Charles Oakley, we all know the great Charles Oakley. We love him to death. We love Charles Oakley, a former New York Knicks legend. And he happens to agree with me on the Tom Thibodeau being fired. I'm gonna stick to what I'm saying. You guys the Knicks should have given Tom Thibodeau a whole nother season. Give him one more season. See if he can make some changes. They didn't give him another season. So let's listen to what the great Charles Oakley had to say about the Knicks letting go of Thibodeau.
Did you hear the news?
What?
They got rid of Tibbs today.
No. Really?
Did you hear the news?
What?
They got rid of Tibbs today.
No. Really? Wow. I thought
About an hour ago. Less than
Really?
That. It was pretty recent. So, yeah, I didn't plan on that either when I came in today.
Wow. I thought it was gonna bring him back.
Yeah, I thought so too because I know Brunson was, kind of in his corner. So, it seems like this is the first time you're hearing about this.
Yeah. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for what he brought to the team over the last 5 years and hold them guys accountable. I don't know who's gonna do a better job.
I agree.
I know everybody trying to go young and friends of the players, and you gotta have somebody.
I'm sorry. I 100% agree with what Oakley just said. He just said, okay, now that you guys have fired Thibodeau, Coach Tibbs, who's going to do a better job? Tell me, who's going to do a better job next season? Do I think that the Knicks are going to make it this far? I don't think so. The Knicks, I'm sorry, Knicks players, Knicks fandom, Knicks nation, you guys haven't had a great team in the past couple. I'm sorry, the past couple seasons, the past couple of years. You guys have not. You guys have not had a good lineup. This is a really good lineup that you guys have this year. And what do you guys want to do? You guys want to fire the head coach? Okay.
Somebody's gonna teach. Don't be friend. It's a friend sometimes, but do your job other times.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sad news. I like Tib.
Yeah.
You know, Tib is a good guy. I always cheered for Tib because he was there when I was there. He was our defensive, guy. He was always on point. In New York is just tough. Like I said, I'm still going. It was too much the other distraction. It wasn't Tib. And you said he didn't play rotation, this and that. I'm playing with my in best in playoff. I'm playing my top 6 guys. And to the rubber fall off, the hubcap come off or something. And especially, them guys, you've been, had them all year. You've been there for them. They've been there for you. Sad day. I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna get better. And I don't know if they're gonna get Mike Malone or somebody, this and that. They think they're similar to the same type of coach. But like I said, these guys these days, I don't think that it was the players' decision. I think it was whoever running the team might have felt he should have did more. But I think the players probably really care for Tibbs. I feel bad for him.
All right. You guys heard what Charles Oakley had to say. He said he feels bad for the firing of Coach Thibodeau. Who's going to do a better job than Coach Thibodeau? I'm going to have to agree with that. You guys got very far, extremely far. And, mind you, Coach Thibodeau, you may not like the guys he puts in. He may use the same type of guys. But there's something clearly he did right. Did he not do anything right? You guys got to the ECF and you guys could have won the ECF. So with all that being said, yes, Coach Tibbs has been fired, but right now, and we're going to keep our eye out on who it will be the next coach of the Knicks. But in the meantime, guys, the most important story is that we are here. The NBA Finals is here. Okay? And who are you going for? We have OKC, we have the Pacers. This is the battle of the small markets. Okay? Oklahoma City and Indiana. I want to know, I personally have OKC in 7. The reason why I'm saying 7 is because I'm seeing people say OKC in 6, OKC in 5. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep on the Pacers. I'm not going to sleep on the Pacers. I'm sorry. I really believe the Pacers will put up a fight. Okay? I believe the Pacers will put up a good fight against OKC. And I believe that they have something to prove. I mean, I wouldn't sleep. You know, when Tyrese Halliburton gets hot, you have Obi Toppin. You have Aaron Nesmith. Aaron Nesmith, who was a former Boston Celtic player. As much as we let Aaron Nesmith go, we did win a championship. No disrespect, but we did win a championship after Aaron Nesmith went. But I'm very happy to see Aaron Nesmith in Indiana. I think that Indiana fits him like a glove. He's balling out. He there's great communication with his teammates. And I'm not going to completely sleep on them. Now, mind you, we are on Bill's Mafia Report. So I know this is a more of a football podcast. But those of us who know, that's the reason why I'm doing this here. You can follow me on Best Dame Sports Podcast, where it's all nothing but sport. It's all basketball and some football, and occasionally we'll get some other sports. But again, you can follow me at the Best Dame Sports Podcast. It is down on the ticker. And we're going to take a look at a few NBA final predictions here. Follow me, shall we? There we go.
NBA Finals is finally here. You have the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Indiana Pacers. This is going to be a very good series. I see this series possibly going to 6 or 7. You have 2 small market teams in the NBA Finals, Oklahoma City and Indiana. This is going to be a good series because I believe that both teams are going to come out with a chip on their shoulder with something to prove. First, let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Then after that, they beat the Denver Nuggets, and then they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves to get to this point right now. For the Thunder, they have the MVP, who is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and a leading scorer who's averaging over 30 points in the playoffs. He is obviously their best player. And obviously for rebounds, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, who's averaging over 10 rebounds per game, with Chet Holmgren averaging over about 7 or 8 per game for rebounds per game for them. And also, Shai Gilgeous is the assist leader, averaging 7 assists per game also.
And mind you guys, Isaiah Hartenstein, we all know he's a former Knick. It looked like some people left the Knicks and started balling out. Okay? Former Knick, I just wanted to point that out. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So, my X factor for the Oklahoma City Thunder is Jalen Williams. He's going to have to show up this series to help the Thunder get the series win over the Pacers. If he plays well, Chet Holmgren will play well. And also, Isaiah Hartenstein has Alex Caruso coming off the bench playing great defense. The Oklahoma City has a great bench also. They are loaded. They have the best bench probably in the game, which means they have more fresh legs coming off the bench and obviously more people to attack the Indiana Pacers aggressively. For the Indiana Pacers, they have had a terrific run in the playoffs. Starting off, they beat Milwaukee Bucks, who I thought the Bucks was going to beat the Pacers, but they didn't. Then they beat the number 1 seed Cleveland Cavaliers with that loaded roster, and then they beat the New York Knicks to earn a right to get to the finals. Also for the Pacers, They have Pascal Siakam, who is the Eastern Conference MVP, and he's the leading scorer, averaging 20 points per game, and also the rebounding leader, averages 7 a game. And Tyrese Halliburton, who is the assist leader, averaging nearly 9 or 10 assists per game. Now, don't sleep on the Pacers. They have a great roster also.
Yeah.
They have Halliburton, Siakam. They have also Andrew Nembhard. They have Aaron Nesmith, Miles Turner. Off the bench, they got Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell, Benedict Mathurin. I don't know if I hope I said that right. And they have Shepard off the bench also, who has been key to them winning these playoff series. Now, for my X factor for the Pacers, it's got to be Tyrese Halliburton. He has to average over 20 points this series. He can't have no 15 points, no 17 points per game. He has to average over 20 points this series to help the Pacers win this series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now for my pick. I am picking the Oklahoma City Thunder to win this NBA Finals in 7 games. The Indiana Pacers are a great team, and I'm sorry for doubting them this entire series against the Bucks, Cleveland, and against New York. They rightfully deserve to be here in the NBA Finals. They are a great team, but I just think that Oklahoma City Thunder is going to win this series in 7. The Indiana Pacers will win a couple of games, but I just believe the Oklahoma City is going to win it in 7. Who do y'all think is going to win this NBA Finals? Leave a comment, leave a like, and good luck to both teams in the NBA Finals.
That's exactly what I said. I just want to point that out. Those who were here 5 minutes ago, that's exactly what I said, and I didn't even see this video. So clearly this young man is a real basketball viewer. I have OKC in 7 as well. OKC in 7. I'm not going to sleep on the Pacers. OKC is in 7. I'm sorry. That's what I see. That's what I feel. That's what I believe is going to happen. Okay. Now, real quick, because I was looking for some evidence. I don't believe the Knicks should have fired Tom Thibodeau, and I'm going to show you guys why. There is another viewer that agrees with me. I don't think the Knicks should have let go of Tom Thibodeau, and I'm not the only person that feels this way. Thank God. I'm going to show you guys, just a little bit of backup, someone to help me out. I want to hear from some real Knicks fans that agree with me. If you're a Knicks fan, please be real. Do you think that the Knicks should have fired Tom Thibodeau?
Besides the debate, you could talk about whether or not he is the answer to win a championship, but it doesn't make it any less shocking or stunning or astounding that on this Tuesday, Tom Thibodeau is no longer the New York Knicks head coach. He is fired. He is gone. Leon Rose and the Knicks make a decision saying, we're going to move on. When things are rumblings, things are getting discussed or talked about, typically that means you read the writing on the wall a little bit. And when the Knicks and the Pistons were tied to game apiece in that series, the Tibbs steam was picking up. It really was. Mm-hmm. But you win that series over Boston, undermanned or not. And you felt like that was a sign of the Knicks really hitting that next gear, and that maybe all that they dreamed of could be possible despite a bit of an underwhelming regular season. The fact of the matter is this. In the 6 years prior to Tibbs taking the New York Knicks job, they had no culture. They were a joke in the NBA.
That's right.
They had a winning percentage just over 30%. In the last 5 years, they've made the playoffs 4 of those 5. They've had a winning percentage close to 50.
I mean, arguably, to many people, the Knicks still are not being taken seriously. But that's my opinion.
7%. And they made the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years. What does it mean? This is the NBA. Mike Malone is a recent title winner, and he ends up getting fired with just a couple games left in the regular season. Coaches do get the brunt. That's what happens. Tibbs is a really good coach. You could talk about his bench management.
I agree. I agree.
Say, okay, he's fired.
I agree.
I'm torn because now it's about who you hire next, and you better nail it. Yeah, Mike Malone's going to get thrown out there. Yeah, Dan Hurley's going to get thrown out there. Yeah, Jay Wright's going to get thrown out there. There's another day for that. But in the here and now, you fire a coach after your best season in a quarter century. You feel bad for Tibbs.
I told you guys, Jay Wright is a name that's being thrown around. Those of us who watch basketball, including college basketball. Jay Wright is an NCAA championship winning coach with the Villanova Wildcats. And we do know there are a couple Wildcats playing for the Knicks right now.
Tips. I can understand why they were thinking about moving on a couple of weeks ago. But now, today, execs around the league are shocked. And they should be. Because now, for the Knicks brass, this next hire, oh boy, you better get it right, because anything less than the title you just said is a failure. I can appreciate that thinking. But is it all on Tibbs? He's a huge reason why this organization, he is the reason why this organization started the ascent that they've been on. Plain and simple. He got things cooking in New York. For that, he should be appreciated.
Thank you. That is exactly wholeheartedly how I feel. And what he said, when he said that if whoever's going to coach the Knicks next, whoever is going to coach this team next, if you guys don't get a championship with the Knicks, you're pretty much doomed. I don't know what the Knicks organization was expecting. This man took them further than they probably even knew that he would. But because you guys were so close, you let this man go. This man couldn't get one more season. So whoever's going to be hired as the new head coach, you guys better give them a championship or you're going to. Okay? I mean, you guys want glory overnight. That's impossible. That is impossible. And I'm going to need Knicks fans to realize you guys sometimes aiming too high is going to get you hurt. You guys should not have fired Tom Thibodeau. You guys could have at least given this man one more season. See what he does after one more season, but letting him go after he got you guys to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, you guys say he's bad coaching. That's bad ownership. That's bad ownership. Okay? That is bad ownership. And I'm sorry, but you guys are asking for way too much too soon. I thought this was a really good job on his part, and I don't think that was a good idea. Now, I want to show you guys, if you guys don't know who the coach of the Knicks is, that is James Dolan. I heard he's a likable guy. You know, I heard some of the players, they like him. And I want to show you this little funny skit. Maybe you guys can get a good idea of James Dolan's personality. But I want to show you guys this little funny clip from this podcast. Just hold on with Jalen Hurts. Hold on one moment. I will show y'all. I mean, he seems like a nice, likable guy. I mean, that's cool and everything. But what about being realistic? What about keeping James Dolan? Why fire him right now? Anyways, take a look.
Who's that, Tibbs? Oh, God. It's becoming a frequent thing.
So this clip, let me give you guys a little context. Coach Tibbs, the coach of the New York Knicks, he called Jalen Hurts on his cell phone during a podcast they were doing. And this is James Dolan sitting right next to Jalen Hurts. And James Dolan tells Jalen Hurts, let me take the phone. Just to give you guys some context. So that's Tom Thibodeau on the other line.
Sure.
There we go.
Who's that, Tibbs? Oh, God. It's becoming a frequent thing.
Sure.
Whoa, did you get, whoa. Did you catch that? Did you guys hear what Jalen Hurts said? He's like, who is that? Tibbs? Oh, God. What do you mean, oh, God? You don't like your coach, Jalen? Okay, last time.
Who's that, Tibbs? Oh, God. It's becoming a frequent thing.
Sure. There we go. Jalen Brunson's line. No, this is Jalen Brunson's line. This is his personal assistant, Jim Dolan, taking his call for him. Is there something I can tell him? I'm fine. We're in the middle of a podcast, and now since you called, I'm gonna hang up and we're gonna talk about you.
I would love to have that.
I can't wait to tell them what your favorite song is. Call them back later, okay?
I wonder what his favorite song is.
You ever hear of a song called "I'm Only Happy When It Rains"?
That was off of the Knicks podcast. I just want to give you guys a little idea of who James Dolan is. If you've never seen James Dolan before, he is the owner of the New York Knicks. Seems like a pretty likable guy. But James, come on, bro. Like, you're letting go of Coach Tibbs, who got you as far as he did. I don't think that's going to happen to you again. Just to let you know, Dolan, I don't think that's going to happen again. I don't think you guys are going to make it as far as you did. I don't think you are. I don't think you guys are going to make it as far as you did. And, we're going to keep this rolling. We're going to keep this rolling. I want to hear, we're hearing from fans on how they feel about James Dolan firing Coach Thibodeau. And we heard from a former NBA players, Charles Oakley, how he feels about James Dolan. Firing Coach Tibbs. And now we're going to hear from the great Kenyon Martin, aka Kmart, on the firing of Coach Thibodeau. And I'm going to have to say, it seems that I'm more in alliance with the fans I've shown you and former NBA players who don't seem to be in agreement with the firing of Coach Tibbs. Now, this is Kmart, and this clip right here that I'm going to show you, because we need to hear the opinions of former NBA players and current NBA players. We need to hear their opinions, because their opinions matter. These men played the game, okay? Coach Tibbs being fired, they don't agree with it. Neither do I. Let's take a look at what Kmart has to say. Those who don't know Kmart, that's Kenyon Martin, who was another big giant in the NBA, former NBA player.
Thom Thibodeau fired.
Coach of the years get fired. Like,
if you get a coach of the year nowadays, it seems like you're gonna get booted.
Don't short-lived. I'm saying your leash is short. You get that tag because they're expecting something great in the next year.
Oh, and context. This is off of No Chill Gil's Arena, aka Gilbert Arenas. That's my boy. This is a clip from earlier today, and this is after the news broke, and this is Kenyon Martin speaking his opinion.
Year or so. Once you get that tag, they expect to go out and win one. When you don't, it's like, oh shit, this coach of the year, I guess he's not that good after all. Like, no.
Like, not that good.
I just the idea of you give me the team and I'm supposed to coach them under, like, it's
as constructed, right?
Yeah.
Like, you put this team together.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask my input on these decisions that, like,
hello, viewer.
So you ask a coach and a GM to put a team together and a GM to put the same team, and I guarantee the list to be fucking different, right? If you're gonna orchestrate your team, who would you want? And then you GM, like, and it'll be fucking totally different, right? Who you think should get the minutes on this team? You point them out. Who you think should get the minutes versus the coach thinks it's gonna be different. And if these dudes ain't on the same page and I'm supposed to coach this team as constructed, and then I'm coaching it as I deem fit, but it's not good enough.
I agree with you, Kenyon. I agree with you. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Kenyon Martin said it himself. I get you guys this far. I get you guys to an Eastern Conference championship, and you guys fire me? Knicks, you guys are not going to get this far again in a long time. I don't know. Knicks Nation, you guys are delirious. I mean, you guys are delirious. What do you want? What did you want this man to do? This man took you guys all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, and you guys let him go? Did you guys hear what Charles Oakley said? Did you guys hear what this viewer that I played earlier? You guys made it as far as many Knicks fans would have known. And how do you guys reward this man? How do you guys reward this coach that took you guys all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals? You fire him. Why would you guys fire someone that took you guys all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals? I really don't understand that. And I'm starting to question Knicks fans. You guys, I mean, are you guys just city slickers, or do you guys actually watch basketball? I mean, you guys have to agree in some way. This is unfair. Coach Tibbs should have been given another year. But speaking of Knicks legacy, we have one of the greatest Knicks players of all time, Carmelo Anthony, aka Melo, All right. And he is on the podcast with my boy Kaz, aka Kazim. And we're going to get some NBA. We're going to do some NBA final predictions because I don't want to keep talking about Coach Thibodeau being fired because I really think that the Knicks organization did him dirty. So let's hear what Melo has to say. Let's hear what Carmelo Anthony has to say. I don't know if you guys watched the Knicks games too. Carmelo Anthony was at most of the games. But anyways, let me shut up. Let me let you guys hear what Carmelo Anthony, the great Carmelo, has to say about the NBA Finals and who is going to win and what it takes to win.
Do blank for the Pacers to win. Feet in the paint. It needs to do blank for the Pacers to win. Feet in the paint every single time. Because when he come off the screen, a lot of times his screens is high. When he come off, and he get downhill. Even the Knicks series, he was giving the ball up too early. And then he realized he has something. Then they got to boomerang it back. Everybody.
Yes, this is the great Carmelo Anthony. Okay, guys, this is the great Carmelo Anthony. Okay.
Staying home now. And they're going to stay home if you're not touching the paint. But if you touch that paint, then now you're messing up the rotations. He's a hell of a passer. He see the court. His IQ is immaculate. So if you touch that paint, you have to go be aggressive too. You can't have a game of 4 in the final. You can't have a game of 10. And I think the series going to come down to how aggressive Reese is in getting to the paint. It's going to come down to how many points Indiana can score in transition. Because you don't want to settle into a half-court offense against Oklahoma City Thunder defense in a half-court. Now Lou Dort can put his both hands on you. He can move you. He can be physical with you. They can hold. They can chuck. Hartenstein can do his little dirty.
They'll be holding, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm watching that. I'm like,
they are very.
They don't let the rest of the teams defend like OKC does.
So you don't want to get that. So you got to get it out the net and go. If Indiana can keep that up.
Series prediction, Melo.
Okay, here we go.
We need one.
I hope it goes 7.
I hope it goes 7. I'm gonna go out the box. I'm taking Pacers in 6. I think the Pacers are gonna win.
Come on,
that's not a bad take. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I want to see it go
Thunder and 7.
I want to see it go back and forth.
Thunder
I
and
want
7.
to see how Shea get punched in his mouth. Not literally, but like I want to see how he get punched in his mouth and bounce back to the second game. I want to see Reese get knocked down and come back.
I'm just taking Pacers because I feel like nobody has given them a chance this entire playoff run. I admittedly probably underestimated them a little bit.
You did, Kaz.
Too many people saying, "Oh, they have a chance." OKC Thunder, it's the Thunder Invitational, all that type of stuff.
It ain't sexy.
It ain't sexy at all, man.
Kaz, before you go ahead, I love Kaz. This is my boy. During the Knicks back and forth with the Pacers and the Celtics, I was all over his Twitter, but I don't want to laugh at my boy's face. This is my Nigerian brother. I'm not trying to laugh at you, but he said Pacers in 6. Come on, Kaz. Really? This is what I mean by Knicks fans sometimes act like they don't really watch basketball. You have the Pacers in 6. Have you been watching OKC, Kaz? Have you been watching OKC this season? I have OKC in 7. If I'm wrong, tell me in the chat who you think is going to win. Hey, what do you think it's going to be? Do you agree with Kaz saying Pacers in 6? I don't.
Oh, man, give me the Pacers in 6. I like that money, man. Why not?
And the Pacers ain't sexy. The Thunder ain't sexy. When you really, if it was the Thunder against somebody else, they probably would say the other team. You know what I mean? Because it's just not a sexy thing.
But dominance is a fun to watch.
How much sexy do you want?
From the powers that be, they actually are really loving this finals because now it's two.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you, girl.
Say, look, we did it this way.
I agree with you, girl.
That way. There's no big 3, 4 over here. We homegrown over here.
I think the health of basketball.
Shout out to my girl Anyeka who stopped through. Anyeka, this is a platform where it's mainly Buffalo Bills fans. But I come here just to talk basketball. Whoever want to come through can come through. And thank you so much for coming through. And I love how it says Anyeka. Oh, girl, do you know that my little side note, my name on like YouTube, all my stuff is Christy O. And people want to know, what does the O stand for? It's like my last name initial. But anyways, seeing you put O, we know, girl. Anyway, let's get back. Sorry, Kat. Sorry, Stubby.
This is a healthy NBA Finals for the
It
health
is.
of
It's
basketball.
healthy. Because it keeps it balanced now.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony and his 7 p.m. In Brooklyn podcast. You know, hey, Carmelo said that this NBA Finals is not sexy. It's not sexy enough because it's not the battle of it's the battle of these are smaller market teams. I mean, Oklahoma City Thunder, Indiana Pacers, these are small markets. No, it's not the Boston Celtics. It's not the New York Knicks. It's not the Dallas Mavericks. It's not the LA Lakers. These are small market teams, and we want to see an underdog. I'm tired of seeing these other teams win, except the Celtics. Celtics, you guys can win as much as you like. But I'm tired of seeing these other teams. Like when the Warriors were winning, I'm sorry, that was boring. Steph Curry kind of got a little boring to me. I mean, and I have to put up with Draymond Green. Shout out to Draymond. But it was kind of boring. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing something different. I would love to see, I'm excited to see Indiana in the NBA Finals. I'm excited to see OKC in the NBA Finals. I mean, come on. I'm excited to see this. I want to see something different. I don't want to see the same people. I don't want to see the same people. Let's get some new stuff going. So yeah, hey, once again, tell me your predictions. I got Anyeka's prediction. She has OKC. I have to agree with her. OKC, I will agree with. I have OKC in 7. I mean, let's be, you know, and I'll say this. If the Pacers beat OKC, I will be blown the fuck away. I will. Nobody was talking about the Indiana Pacers going to the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone making it as far as they did. The Indiana Pacers could potentially win the NBA Finals and get a championship. And I will not be mad. The one reason why I won't be mad is because we saw how Tyrese Halliburton's father was treated. He was banned from a couple games, and Tyrese Halliburton's father was able to come to Game 6 in Indiana, where the Pacers did end the New York Knicks. So I kind of want to see Tyrese win for his father, and I also want to see. I would like to see, you know, Tyrese. You know, he wasn't being talked about, and he kind of came out of nowhere. Tyrese Halliburton almost reminds me of a Ray Allen. When Tyrese Halliburton gets hot, he gets hot. He gets hot. So, you know, I like to see it. I like to see it. So but then again, I also love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And, you know, last season, OKC was cut short. And well, actually, the Pacers were cut short last season, too. They lost to us in the end. They lost to my Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. So the Pacers have made it here before. So it's for them to make it further. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. Either team that wins, I would not be upset. I just wouldn't. Both teams, I don't have a dog in this particular fight. I would like to see. Okay, my prediction is OKC in 7, but my heart would choose to win. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Shai. You my boy, and you are the MVP in the NBA right now. He is the most valuable player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But my heart, I'm going for Indiana. I would like them to win, but come on, if I'm putting money on it, I have OKC in 7. Like, let's set our heart and our passion aside, and let's talk realistic. Okay, I have OKC winning in 7 games. So let's look at another prediction. Let's look at another prediction. See what we got here.
The Oklahoma City predictions for the NBA Finals versus the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. Despite what I thought in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Pacers' defense is solid. In order for the Pacers to win this series, they got to play perfect basketball. Siakam and Halliburton are going to be key, and the number one weapon for the Pacers is going to be their pace. If the Pacers can continue their offensive dominance, they have a slight chance in this series. To me, where this series is going to change is going to be the defense of the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder led the league in deflections and forced turnovers, which is something the Pacers just don't do. They just don't turn the ball over. So whoever wins the turnover battle, that's who wins this series. Unlike the Knicks, the Thunder play 48 minutes of defense all the time. Literally watching them against Minnesota, it feels like there's 10 dudes defending you at once. The advantage for the Pacers in the Knicks series was that their bench could outscore the Knicks bench. That's not going to be the case here. The Thunder can play small, they can play big, they can out-rebound you, they can out-physical you. And as much as people hate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for all the foul baiting, this is a perfect basketball team. The Thunder do have a tendency of falling asleep at the wheel sometimes, but so do the Pacers, and especially Halliburton. This is not the series that America wanted, but this is what we got. And as much as I'm a Pacer hater, and I really want to say Thunder in 4, I give the Pacers respect for beating my team. Thunder in 6.
Okay. Thunder in 6. I'm not mad at that prediction either. Thunder in 6, that sounds very plausible to me. If I can be very fair and just to give the Pacers a little bit more credibility, I say Thunder in 7. That's my prediction. Clearly, my girl, she's in agreement. She thinks OKC's going to win. Anyaka thinks OKC's going to win. I have to agree. A lot of people are really upset that the Pacers took out the Knicks, so now they're going for OKC. I'm happy the Pacers took out the Knicks. I'm happy. The Knicks don't need to go anywhere. They don't deserve to go anywhere. Okay? No. After you beat my Celtics, who we were somewhat injured, regardless or not, they did beat us. So I will give the Knicks credit, but you guys are not a championship team. You guys, your legacy was back in the early 90s and the 80s. You guys need to get it together. You guys are not New York. You guys, what do you guys do? You guys are so close to the NBA Finals, and what do? You let go of your coach, guys? I just cannot. I cannot with you guys, okay? You guys should have known better. You should have held on to who you had. Now, I want to show you guys, if you guys know me, like I just said, I am a diehard Boston Celtics fan. No matter what anybody said, my Celtics, we are still the reigning NBA champions. We are. Until someone is crowned between OKC and Indiana, Boston is still the reigning NBA champions. And, do you think, look, I don't mind that we were out to the Knicks. We got kicked out, sent to Cancun, whatever. It's okay that we were sent to Cancun. We just saw Brunson there yesterday. The Knicks, we left the seat for the Knicks on the boat because we knew the Knicks were going to be joining us on the boat. And we're all in Cancun together sipping pina coladas. So, all that aside, we can all be friends. Basketball aside, but my Boston Celtics were the reigning champions. And whoever wins this championship between OKC and Indiana, the Boston Celtics still have the most championships in NBA history. So, it's okay. But anyways, let me focus. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, my boys, my guys, both championship ring holders on the Boston Celtics. I really wanted to hear their prediction. If there's any prediction I want to hear, I would love to hear what Kevin Garnett has to say. Kevin Garnett is one of the best forwards in NBA history. Homie can shoot threes. Homie can dunk. Homie can do a fadeaway. Homie is amazing at assists. Let's hear what he has to say. And Paul Pierce, no matter how much people try to shit on Paul Pierce, he has a ring. You can shit on someone, but at the end of the day, they have a ring. Even if you think Paul Pierce did shit on himself in a game, in a playoff game, he has a ring, okay? And you guys need to grow up and stop talking about that Paul Pierce situation, guys. Homie's risking his body and everything and going in. How do you guys know that Paul Pierce didn't have a stomach flu or a stomach bug? Some of you guys are immature. You guys need to grow up. You guys keep on bringing up that, Paul Pierce shit on himself. Guys, are you the one on the court risking your body? Do you know how he was feeling that night? He could have had that day or for a couple of days, he could have had a stomach bug or a stomach flu. Guys, you guys never had a stomach bug or a stomach flu? You don't know when that thing's going to come out. But anyways, let's hear these two goats. Kevin Garnett is top 3 for me. Oh, top 4. And he should be in your top 5. But anyway, let me not get too excited. He should be in your top 5 favorite favorite players of all time. The star power of that young team is very exciting and entertaining to watch. I agree with you, Anyaka. That is perfectly said. OKC has some crazy star power. And what makes OKC so special is that they are the youngest team to make it to the NBA Finals in NBA history. No team has been this young and made it this far in the to the NBA Finals. They are very exciting to watch. They're entertaining, the way they trust each other, their communication on the court, the star power is through the roof. The MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is the MVP of the NBA this year, imagine if he also wins a championship, and then he becomes the MVP of the game. So not only are you the MVP of the NBA, you're also the MVP of the NBA Finals. The current MVP of the NBA Finals is Jaylen Brown. Let's give our boy his props. Jaylen Brown, I always have to pull the Celtics into something. I always have to pull my Celtics in. But the current MVP of the NBA right now is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And if he does win, if OKC does win a championship and he becomes the MVP of the NBA Finals, that's 2 MVPs in one season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on fire. But let's hear what Paul Pierce, my homie Paul Pierce, Boston Celtic championship winner, and Kevin Garnett, let's hear what they have to say. My 2 favorite men, some of my 2 favorite men in the NBA. Let me see, make sure I have this up for y'all. Okay, here we go.
You like the guard matchup?
Man, I love the matchup
Period,
total,
right.
just period. Because you got 2 different type guards. You got one guard who just a major scorer, and the other dude, he's just
distributor.
That's exactly what you just said, Anyeka. He's a major scorer, so it's so exciting to watch.
UPS.
Like, his distribution company is up 300%.
Shai's so prolific and he's so efficient.
Like OKC is always gonna have one man on the court to where you're gonna be like, man, we're gonna allow him.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm kind of like low-key fanning out right now. I just love Kevin Garnett. Like, he just speaks with so much passion and everything he does. I remember I was watching something on Kevin Garnett, like, this was years ago when I was like in middle school or high school, and he said, I hate losing, and I'm going to do everything in my power to not lose, because when I lose, I'm pissed, and I'm not going to lose. And this is right before he won an NBA championship, mind you. So I guess my boy was right. But I love it. Kevin Garnett, just tall, chocolate brother, and he speaks with so much passion. All right.
To beat us.
It's gonna be hard to turn OKC off.
It's gonna be hard to turn OKC off.
It's gonna be hard.
And
to
you
turn
know what I like
off.
too with Shai? His maturity though.
Yeah, he's poised.
He only 26.
Oh, he built for it, Lord.
But the thing we forget about Indiana,
he's only 26 years old and he's married. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is married to a former Division I soccer player. His wife was a phenomenal D1 soccer player, and that's a talented child that they're gonna have. 26 years old, married, going to the NBA Finals, current MVP. You better go ahead, boy.
and why they can't win it. Think about this. We pegged Celtics versus Cleveland, right? Look at how they did Cleveland though. I mean, it was a masterclass.
I did not see that coming.
What, they beat them in 5, right?
4-1.
They 4-1. Cleveland, the number 1 team in the East. Cleveland had 3 occasions during the season where they had like a 10-plus game winning streak.
Right.
Like, Cleveland was not ever supposed to lose in 5 to nobody.
No. If you said that, and you were like, man, they're going to beat them 5. I mean, get the 5.
You ain't go 4-1 them. Yeah. We overlooked that, so we got to go back and say, hold on, they dissected them.
It was early on.
And look, so right. If anybody was watching this season, who knew that the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to lose in 5? They were the number 1 team in the NBA. The number 1 team in the NBA losing in 5, that blew me away. I was low-key kind of scared of the Cleveland Cavaliers this season because of how well they were playing. Donovan Mitchell, he was on fire. And I know that they will be back. I know it's got to hurt to do so well, be number 1, and then not even make it to the NBA Finals. So, or let alone the Eastern Conference Finals. They didn't make it, and I think Cleveland will be back. I do believe Cleveland will be back. But, oh, my gosh, guys, the NBA Finals is starting on Thursday. Thursday, they are starting, guys. I need to know. I don't know if you guys are ready. I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. And look, oh, real quick, let me show you guys this prediction. I don't think you guys saw this one earlier, so I'm going to make sure I show you guys this one. Okay. How long is it? Okay. I want to make sure we have enough time to actually play it. Hold on. I want to make sure we have enough time to play this. Okay. Predictions. Based on what this young man says, who do you guys have? If you're really watching, only those who are really watching can understand.
The NBA Finals is finally here. You have the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Indiana Pacers. This is going to be a very good series.
Battle of the small markets.
I see this series possibly going to 6 or 7.
7.
You have two small market teams in the NBA Finals, Oklahoma City and Indiana. This is going to be a good series because I believe that both teams are going to come out with a chip on their shoulder with something to prove. First, let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies. Then after that, they beat the Denver Nuggets, and then they beat the Minnesota Timberwolves to get to this point right now. For the Thunder, they have the MVP, who is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and a leading scorer who's averaging over 30 points in the playoffs. He is obviously their best player. And obviously for rebounds, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, who's averaging over 10 rebounds per game, with Chet Holmgren averaging over about 7 or 8 per game for rebounds per game for them. And also, Shai Gilgeous is the assist leader, averaging 7 assists per game also. My X factor for the Oklahoma City Thunder is Jalen Williams. He's going to have to show up this series to help the Thunder get the series win over the Pacers. If he plays well, Chet Holmgren will play well. And also, Isaiah Hartenstein has Alex Caruso coming off the bench playing great defense. The Oklahoma City has a great bench also. They are loaded. They have the best bench probably in the game, which means they have more fresh legs coming off the bench and obviously more people to attack the Indiana Pacers aggressively. For the Indiana Pacers, they have had a terrific run in the playoffs. Starting off, they beat Milwaukee Bucks, who I thought the Bucks was going to beat the Pacers, but they didn't. Then they beat the number 1 seed Cleveland Cavaliers with that loaded roster, and then they beat the New York Knicks to earn a right to get to the finals. Also for the Pacers, they have Pascal Siakam, who is the
Eastern Pascal Siakam. I know a lot of you guys weren't checking for Pascal, right? You guys weren't checking for him. Shout out to my Cameroonian brother for being the Eastern Conference MVP. And shout out to Sim Simma for stopping through. Okay. It will finally be a high scoring championship. Thank you. I want to see some fastball. I call that fast money. That's like, that these are two teams who can shoot threes, like who can get up and down the court. They can play fast. They can throw it to their man fast, behind the back passes, fadeaway jumpers. Come on now. This is going to be a fast playing, a fast ball type of NBA Finals, and I'm here for it. I agree with you, Sim Simma. It will finally be a high-scoring championship. Sim Simma, who got the keys to my bimmer? Let's continue.
Eastern Conference MVP, and he's the leading scorer, averaging 20 points per game, and also the rebounding leader, averages 7 a game, and Tyrese Halliburton, who is the assist leader, averaging nearly 9 or 10 assists per game. Now, don't sleep on the Pacers. They have a great roster also. They have Halliburton, Siakam, they have also Andrew Nembhard, they have Aaron Nesmith, Miles Turner. Off the bench, they got Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell, Benedict Mathurin. I don't know if hopefully I said that right.
You said
and they have Shepard off the bench also, who has been key to them winning these playoff series. Now, for my X factor for the Pacers, it's got to be Tyrese Halliburton. He has to average over 20 points this series. He can't have no 15 points, no 17 points per game. He has to average over 20 points this series to help the Pacers win this series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now for my...
And we're going to end there with his comment, but I have to agree with him. I actually think the X factor for the Indiana Pacers is going to be Aaron Nesmith. I mean, look, Aaron Nesmith left the Boston Celtics, went to Indiana, and started balling out like crazy. Okay. I think that would be the X factor of the Pacers. Game 1 of the NBA Finals starts this Thursday in 2 days at 8:30 p.m. Who do you guys have? I have OKC in 7. I would love ultimately for the Pacers to win a chip, but if I'm putting money on it, I have OKC in 7. Thank you guys so much for coming through, talk a little basketball on a football platform. I'm happy to have the people that come through let me know how they feel. And this is so fun for me to do. And it's giving me so many ideas for my own personal podcast that I will be doing and putting together soon. So I want to thank Tommy so much for letting me come here to his audience and talking to them. And it's so good to see Sima, Anyeka, and the people that stopped by earlier. You can follow me as you see the ticker at the Best Dame Sports Podcast. Best Dame Sports Podcast. I am now posting myself more. I do post a lot of shorts, but I'm trying to make sure that I do show myself on these shorts that I do post. And we're growing. Thank you guys for coming to check us out at the Best Dame Sports Podcast. And I will see you guys next week. Go Pacers. Go Thunder. I'll catch you guys later.